L15. Is the main agony in L the absence of relatives? Is the main punishment in L the loss of our neighbor? I refer to the love of one's neighbor, of neighbors who are loved. You could say, no, the people who are in L have to agree. They team up together. They are revolted against God. However, nothing prevents them from being friends. So before responding to this objection, we must all the same indicate why having a neighbor in a friendship, even natural, is something which nourishes the heart of man, which however does not satisfy it, but that feeds him within. Because we are meant to be together, we are not loners as angels often are. Consequently, Aristotle himself, who observed human nature, stated that in order to be happy on earth, you need two things. First of all, friends, with whom we may discuss issues. Philosophical friends, he said. But also we need a perception of God, of wisdom, to know what one does on earth and possibly where there is after death, because therein in the great depth of wisdom, and that gives meaning to friendship itself. So in L, are there any friends? In reality, when we understand who the demons are, they are people who exalt their own greatness, their own intelligence, above all even contempt for God and for the neighbor. Consequently, if man and angels who are in hell meet, they are proud and selfish to the point that they despise Christ who offered them forgiveness. They therefore have no kind of friendship for each other. And if sometimes they unite like an army, as Christ says, it is with a view to a complicity of a common task. They hope by leading the maximum number of men into damnation in order to incite God to change his plans and give them the sought after beatific vision, and therefore the vision of his eternal essence. Because they consider that they deserve it, they therefore have no unity nor self-confidence among themselves. It's like an alliance of circumstance between bandits. As soon as the finality is reached, they then separate and become alone again. Since the love of the neighbor is a commandment identical to love of God, we can say that in addition to the loss of the beatific vision, which leaves their hearts empty and foolish, the loss of their neighbor and their absolute and voluntary solitude is the first sentence of L. To sum up, then, we could say that everything stems in L from the loss of two things which are the essential good advantage of paradise, God and neighbor. Conversely, in paradise they despise everything for God, and for the neighbor we only think of or pity them. In addition, we get everything, all the joys.